Today, we have 3 students from Toy Creators Academy who also pitched at the TCA Virtual Pitch Event, joining us today to share some of their experiences working with me, pitching to toy companies. So I'm so excited to welcome to the show Chrissy, Scott, and Geordie. Thank you so much for being here, guys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah.
I'm
Hello.
excited. I'm excited to talk to you guys today. Uh, can you think of one idea where you specifically saved money just because of having information? I'd love to hear that. Can you think of anything off the top of your head where you went through the course and you're like, oh, had I known this before, maybe I wouldn't have spent money on that, or now that I know this, I don't have to spend money in that regard.
I would say, and you guys might have something different than me because my games, and luckily for what I do, is a little less expensive than an involved part or a toy. But the prototyping, it's like I've been amazed at what little you really have to do to have a company be interested before spending a lot going forward. And I think without knowing that, you're like, nope, I need to have this fully developed, prototype, not maybe, product. That prototype doesn't have to be done. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, it doesn't have to be production ready, essentially.
Right.
It doesn't have to be ready to go to a factory, mass produced. Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah.
What are you thinking,
Thing
Scott? Scott's off thinking in his head. I see his eyes.
I was thinking how that's very true in terms of the way the course is laid out. It's spelled out, kind of when and where you would be putting money into something. So that was very useful in terms of the overall picture, like not just getting rid of all your money at the get-go to try to get something made, and then there's all these other steps that you missed.
Yeah. And Geordie.
I just wanted to add to, what I was saying that, this course had a lot to offer. And one of the things that really drew me to is you've got not only the basic core course, but you've got some supplemental stuff. There was one segment was on game design, 4 steps from, I forget the guy's name. He did Monstrosity.
Eric Slauson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it's just an additional thing. And I also paid a little extra money to sign up for the one-on-one with you, where I got to, review products with you, get your feedback, which really helped me select the product that I pitched for the pitch event. And, I got my money back in spades. This has just been so helpful.
Oh, thank you so much, Geordie. That means so much. I know I did a good job when at the end someone's like, how can we keep working together? That makes me feel so good. So major takeaways. So what were some of the major takeaways that you got out of the virtual pitch event, out of meeting with all these companies? If you can remember 1, 2, I'd love to share something you've learned with the listeners.
That one company can say no, and then the next company can say yes. You just have to, keep going, and then eventually someone hopefully will like. If you hear no from absolutely everybody, then maybe that's when you step back and go, all right, maybe this isn't so good.
Right.
But, don't assume that maybe smaller companies aren't the right fit for you. Maybe the bigger companies, you got that opportunity to pitch, which, that's just an experience in itself. So, yeah, I would just say kind of keep on going until you have too many no's to have to maybe reevaluate.
Yeah. Scott?
The thing I took away from it was basically the information from the course itself, in essence of how the materials that are kind of industry standard to do these pitches. So that in itself is worth a lot, because it's almost like a template for how to show them what they want to see, so that you're not wasting time. Because if you show them something and it's just all boring and nonsense, then you're going to get a pass anyway. So the way that it's structured to have the kind of pieces in place, I guess I'd say, that even in a 10-minute pitch, all the necessary information can be provided, which is going to be very helpful moving forward.
Something I know people listening might be wondering is, do I have to have specific graphic design skills or product design skills in order to be able to invent a toy or a kid's product and pitch it? What would you say to that?
Well, one thing I would say is you need a really good idea. And one of the things that always bugs me that InventRight says, they always talk about, oh, you don't need a prototype. And as working also in the mechanical design industry, I'm like, no, you need to prove your idea works. But you can design a game on post-it notes. I went to a sci-fi convention and someone was playtesting a game, and literally it was index cards with stick figures drawn on it, but they thought out the rules and we played it and it was a blast. And I was like, man, you hire an artist and I'll buy a copy of this. So, and one of the things you teach in your course is how to find artists and production, manufacturing. So, yeah, if they don't have the skills, if they've got just, if they can say, I want my character to look like this, you can help them find an illustrator for it. If they need a 3D model, you can help them find a 3D modeler, and you can help connect them to factories in China to produce it if that's the way they want to go. So I would say, no, you don't have to be super creative. You don't have to be artistic, or, but as long as you've got a good idea, as long as you're willing to hear no a bunch of times, as long as you're willing to take honest feedback, you can help connect them to the people who can do a better illustration, do what needs to be made, but still keep it their idea.
And it's hard not to get caught up in wanting it to look good before you pitch it, but you just have to, unless you have like a really good connection that's not going to charge you an arm and a leg, or if they give you maybe just the basic ideas, because as we know, some of these companies may take your idea and completely change the name of the game, change your look, change all those things. They'll keep the heart of the game, but you have to be able to resist, because it's hard not to, especially when you're making your own sizzle reel and it's not, professional. You feel like it needs to be glossy and pretty, but it really doesn't.
Now, if you wanted the full audio of this episode, head over to club.thetoycoach.com and check out the Podcast Insiders Club. As a member, you get access to the extended audio and video of this episode and so much more.